These are the tools and materials you'll need for the woolly bugger unweighted. Okay, here's the unweighted woolly bugger. What I like to do with these is cover the shank with thread. It doesn't have to be that tight. And wind it to about midway between the barb and the hook point, somewhere in there. And go back. Tie in the marabou tail. This happens to be what they call blood marabou. It's a little bit different than standard strung marabou. Seems to be a little bit easier to use than the standard, but you can do this just fine with the standard. Go ahead and tie in the hackle at the head of the fly. And I've got about 4 strands here. Cut off the butts because they can snag on things and get in the way of those little white parts. And then with the butts facing backward, tie them in. Hackle's a little bit in the way. That way it gives the peacock a little more bulk if you tie it in like that. Go ahead and wrap back. The hardest part about this fly is getting the right materials. I used to look high and low for hackles like in this whiting bugger pack. Long, but with barbules that aren't that long, but a long overall hackle. These are pretty good. I don't like woolly boogers that have just gigantically long barbules. They just don't look right to me. Go ahead and wrap back. Make sure not to wrap down any barbules. And tie it off and wiggle through forward. And again, try not wrap down any barbules. I think that this might be difficult to do with a rotary vise. Could be wrong about that. And then try and tie in a really symmetrical head. It's a little bit more difficult to tie a head on a ring-eyed hook. That is, the eye is even or parallel to the hook shank. It's not an up eye or a down eye. It's called a ring-eyed hook. Then give it a nice whip finish. As I said before, I hardly ever use anything on my heads as far as glue or head cement. Snap off the rest of the hackle, finally. And there's the woolly bugger.